We're 2 months into 2022 already. What's going on in Murrieta, Temecula, and Menifee? Let's look at the stats. Hey everybody, Chris here. I'm one of the guys on the team. Jessica will be back next week. We're gonna do a little something different this week. We're gonna bring in Scott from the team. He's developed this new stat content on neighborhoods, so that's gonna be really good. He'll be in a second.
Hi everyone, this is Scott with the Genung team here in my home office in Temecula to give you a market update on the Temecula market as of March 2022. Buyers and sellers alike will frequently ask us, what does inventory look like right now? How much over the asking price are homes going for? And what should we expect when buying or selling in this market? My goal is to share some insights with you, especially those of you who are thinking of buying or selling in the next few weeks or the next few months, to give you an idea of what to expect. For this video, I want to focus on what happened in the month of February in 3 specific neighborhoods here in Temecula that we get asked about a lot, including Red Hawk, Paseo del Sol, and Paloma del Sol. First, looking at the Red Hawk community, this neighborhood is located just south of Temecula Parkway or Highway 79 in South Temecula. And in February, 10 homes sold in this neighborhood. 8 of those homes sold for over asking price with an average of $25,000 over asking price per sale. The highest that we saw was 1 home selling for $65,000 over asking price. There were 2 homes that were outliers of those 10 that had been on the market for 30 plus days, and those 2 homes did sell for under their asking price. So although it's rare, those homes are out there, and usually those homes require a little bit of TLC. Also, average days on market, excluding those 2 outliers, was about 4.5 days. Up next, we have Paseo del Sol, which is located just north of Temecula Parkway, and only 4 homes sold in this neighborhood in the month of February. Of those 4 homes, the highest we saw over asking price was 1 home for $35,000, and 1 home only sold right at list price, giving us about an average of about $15,000 over asking price in Paseo del Sol in February. And the days on the market came out to about 2.75 days on market, so the homes were going very quickly. Finally, we have the Paloma del Sol neighborhood, and people often confuse or want to know the difference between Paseo del Sol and Paloma del Sol. What is the difference? Well, Paloma del Sol is located just north and west of Paseo del Sol, and you can see it if you look at a map of Temecula. There's a big ring road that encircles a big park. That is Paloma del Sol, and 7 homes sold in the month of February in this neighborhood for an average of about $19,000 over asking price. The highest sale that we saw was $55,000 over asking price, and the lowest we saw was actually $19,000 under the asking price on a property that needed a little bit of work and had been on the market a little bit longer. The average days on market in this neighborhood was 6.6 days. For those of you looking to buy or sell in Temecula in the coming weeks and months, I hope you found this information useful. I have other market stats as well for other neighborhoods in Temecula, so feel free to comment down below or contact Chris, Jessica, or myself directly, and we'll be happy to give you some more information on other communities. Back to you guys.
Let's jump right into it. Number of listings, starting with Murrieta. I'm flipping it around this time. I usually end with listings, but this month I'm going to start with listings because I happen to be in a listing here in Red Hawk in Temecula. Stick around to the end. I'll show you a sneak peek at this. We're not on the market yet, but I'll just kind of show you a few things like the awesome view on the lot we have here in Red Hawk. As always, our stats are single family home only. That means no condos, townhouses, land, or anything like that to skew the data. In Murrieta, we have 169 listings versus 188 last year, so we're down 10%. In Menifee, we have 187 versus 193, down 3%. And finally, Temecula, 136 versus 175 last year is down 22%. Listings are way down still. I keep talking about how I expect more inventory to come along. I think it is. I feel like it is a little bit. The stats aren't proving it out yet, but I'm hopeful for more listings. We actually have this listing and potentially 1 or 2 more in Spencer's Crossing and possibly Audie Murphy after that. Maybe that's a little too self-promotional, but let's move on to more stats now. Median days on market. This is another interesting stat to me that I study quite a bit. In Murrieta, we have 8 days on market versus 6 last year. It's starting to go up a little bit, ever so a little bit. Menifee, 10 days on market versus 6 last year. And finally, Temecula, 8 versus 6, the same as Murrieta. Now, even though we are more than last year, this stat's kind of bounced around a little bit. We were at 10, 11, and 12 during the winter, during the holidays there for a little bit, so I'm not going to comment on this too much. We'll give it another few months to check out what's going on. Moving on to closed sales. We have 147 in February this year versus 159 last year, down. Menifee, 179 versus 137 last year is way up. And then Temecula, 120 versus 148 last year is down 18.9%. Now this stat is bouncing around a little bit too, so I'm not going to read into this too much. It's just 1 month. All right, I'm saving the best for last. The sales price, like I said, I usually start with this, but let's end with it now, starting with Murrieta median sales price. In Murrieta, we have 668,000 versus 550,000 last year. That's up 21.5%. Now I'll also do month over month just to give you an example. That's 668,000. The math on that's 118,000 year over year. That's the 21.5%. Now month over month, we're up 18,000, 2.8% in just 1 month. Median sales price in Menifee, 559,255 versus 440,000 last year. That's up 27%. And year over year, that's $119,255 in Menifee. And month over month in Menifee, it's up 14,255. That's 2.6%. Lastly, in Temecula, we have 702,500 versus 605,000 last year. That's up 16.1%. That's 97,500 over last year. And month over month, it's actually down 17,500, 2.4%. Sometimes when I'm pulling this data, it does tend to change. I'll even be looking at the prior month, and you know this data comes from our MLS, and it's this product called InfoSparks. And I think sometimes they make corrections on the back end, and I don't see it until I look at the prior month again. So this one's sort of an anomaly. I'm going to want to check that again next month. I'll let you know if this Temecula median sales price was wonky for whatever reason. I'll let you know next month. Or Jessica will if she does the stats again. All right, here's the best feature of this property. So I'm just going to go straight out there. Here's our awesome view. Might not be coming through, but Mount San Jacinto back there, beautiful snow capped right now. It's March. This is a look at our huge pool-sized lot, 13,500 square foot lot. All right, thanks for watching. Jessica will be back next week, and I also want to thank Scott for making a cameo appearance. That was excellent. Bye.